Without them, your kids wouldn't be as successful as they are. And all of our students are amazing. They have such unique personalities, and we're going to miss them all. So I'm going to start with our special teachers first. So I want Mr. Hackett, if you can wave from up there. Mr. Hackett is one of our teachers, special teachers, who does everything. So we've got Mr. Hackett, Mrs. Schroep, who comes in and does instructional aid and culinary arts. We've got Mr. Hackett that does music and technology and helps out wherever needed at recess duty. I don't think that's his favorite. Then we've got Mrs. Voss, who does all of our art, and then she does middle school math. So we've got lots of teachers that do lots of things. I forgot Mr. McClain at the last award ceremony. Mr. McClain does our PE and middle school. I'm not ready yet. Okay, I'm going to open us up in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord God, we just thank you for each one of our students, for their families. We thank you for them being here at Valley Christian. We pray as they go on to their next grade, Lord, that you are there with them and you guide them in all that they do. In Jesus' name, amen. Now would you stand for the pledges?
I pledge allegiance to the
designed and made the tree. And Ella, if you've got a yearbook, designed the yearbook cover. So when you're thinking about that, we had some amazing artists in our 9th grade. Mr. McFay, do you have something to say? I'll call this now.
Okay, I have a loud boisterous voice, so I don't need the microphone, but I want to say a few things real quick. I'll tell you guys the same thing I said last night on a live stream to my 8th graders. I never wanted to be a teacher, and yet some of you can chuckle. I never wanted to be a teacher because as a soldier in the Army and as a sergeant, dealing with 19 and 25-year-old kids made me absolutely not want to deal with little kids. And so the job of becoming a teacher was actually by fluke. I was a manager at the Tacoma Chick-fil-A, and I had no idea what I wanted to do when I grew up. So the principal at the time said, "Hey, listen, you're military. Would you like to come in and be the PE teacher?" And I was like, "That sounds like fun. I get to yell and scream at kids all day. Okay, let's do it." I said, "But I need a full-time job because I've got a family to support." And so he said, "Well, how about being the Bible teacher and the chaplain?" And I said, "I love that because I love teaching Bible. I love the history of the Bible and the authenticity of it." So I thought, well, that's perfect. I'm going to do it. And the first week on the job, I secretly dreaded every day because I was afraid I was going to hate it. I walked through the principal's office and I told the principal, I said, with the biggest smile I could muster, "I really love my job." And with the most awkward smile he could muster, he said, "Thanks, I guess." And so I explained to him why and faith, so he totally understood it. But anyways, I just completed my 6th year teaching. I love it. Totally not the calling that I thought God was going to have for me in my life. I figured I was going to be a soldier from the day I died, or either in combat or some crotchety old guy in a veteran's home. That's how I felt. But I love being a teacher. Right now, I can't imagine doing anything else. I want each and every one of you guys to take away 2 things. 1, my passion for learning. 2, my passion for God. Okay? I hope you all have an authentic relationship with God, and I hope that at some point in your life, God grabs a hold of you and ignites a fire in you like you've never seen before. As your PE teacher, I'm going to make you guys do some push-ups later on, don't worry. But before we go anywhere else, I'm going to create a mass chaos, and I want all of my students to come up here and give me a hug. Come on.
At a Christian school, and the steps that followed to come here were totally God-driven. And so I'm always thankful every day that I get to teach art here. I will do anything that I need to keep teaching art here. Every year, as I'm told, I did it my first year here, so I've continued it. The award for art is called the Golden Paintbrush Award. And for these younger grades in art, I just want them to be confident, to just try something out. And trust that your artwork turns out exactly like it should. Because whatever we do with all our heart as working for the Lord. And so I'm very excited to hand out these golden paintbrushes. I will start with 1st grade. The first grade award goes to a student that joined us and just hit the ground running. She immediately started participating and answering questions in art class, and then when it's time to do artwork, she doesn't worry about what anyone else is doing. She puts her head down and creates her own thing. And so from Miss Finley's class, that goes to Sophia. Oh, sorry, stay here. For Miss Jones' class, this is another student, again, does not worry about other people's artwork, puts his head down, does his artwork, could very easily be overshadowed, and he just does his thing. And that goes to Henry. For second grade, this is a student who, just to understand the process, I think of all the students in the class and I list all the ones that I could possibly give the award to. Some classes that's a long list. And I just slowly think about each student individually. And so this is a student who honestly could have just as easily won this award last year. And I promise if you ask anyone in the class, they're not surprised by this award. This goes to Lachlan. And then finally for third grade, I was just saying, the third graders, they were kindergartners my first year here, so they always have a little special place in my heart. And so this is a student who I've been able to see grow in herself, in her creativity, and again, just not worrying about the artwork about others. She does her own, and that goes to Annalise.
We're going to start with our classes. We're going to start with Mrs. Jones' class first. So Mrs. Jones will come up. She's going to read all of the words and who gets what, and you're going to come up and stand. I want everyone to stay up there so you guys can all see your class.
Hi, good morning, Mrs. Jones, fabulous first grade teachers. Mrs. D and Mrs. Davis handed this class off to me last year, and they said you're just going to love them. And I do, and it's been a fabulous year. We have 2 volume levels in our classroom. It's loud and louder. And I sat there that first day after they left, and I thought, wow, I'm not sure what to do with that. This is, if anybody knows me, calm and order is what I strive for. But what I found is that their loudness is really just passion and excitement for everything. Learning about Jesus, what's for lunch, what we're wearing. So it's been a lot of fun. We've worked really hard, played hard, and loved very, very hard this year. We're a complete family, so excited to see what they do next year. So my first award goes to a student that remembers everything, pays attention to every little detail. If I write the wrong date on the board or if they're from yesterday, I'm told. They remember things that I said back in September. They wanted to make sure last week that we were indeed doing those things that I promised back in September, so we had to do a lot of stuff last week. But also just an amazing rule follower and loves to learn and is excited about any new thing that we do. So the award for attentiveness goes to Vivian Colbert. Student. Now he doesn't want anybody to know this, but he is always thinking about other people. And in fact, today we had our final end of the year store, and he bought 2 things for his sister and 1 thing for a friend. So, I get daily stories from this person, just random thoughts throughout the day of things that he thinks that I would enjoy. He tells me when he sees a pineapple at a store for me, and tells me that he really would have bought it for me, but his mom wouldn't let him. So, but he's just caring and understanding of all of his friends. So the award for thoughtfulness goes to Silas. Okay. Next student would probably rather be with animals than people most days. They all know who it is. She finds a way to bring animals into every conversation, every rite that she does. And just the same caring that she has for animals, she also has for her friends. And she has worked really hard this year. She has jumped about 2 or 3 grade levels in reading. I'm just very proud of her. You don't get that unless you work extremely hard. And the award for tender-hearted goes to Grace. All right, next award. This person, I kind of always say, well, he just goes with the flow. In fact, the first time we did show and tell, he just stood up front and smiled, and his sisters told him what to say, and why he brought it, and what he liked about it. And now he's found his voice, though, but he's still just as calm and easygoing. He also forced me to create an entire new math program. He passed addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division by Christmas break. So I had a lot of work over Christmas break to do to figure out what to do. But he has kept me on my toes in math and thinks in a totally different analytical way than I do, and I love it. The word for flexibility goes to Henry. All right, next award. This next friend always comes in completely ready to go, looks really pristine in the morning, and by the end of the day I always laugh because one braid's usually undone, and there's always stain on the shirt. We're just, and it just makes me smile because I think, man, she's had a really good day. And this person also, no matter what, tells the truth. So if I ask, hey, did everybody do that? She'll say, nope, not me, or she'll tell me exactly the truth even when I don't need it. She is extremely truthful and kind, and shares her faith with her friends every day. And the word for honesty goes to Caitlin Lewis. All right. So every teacher has this student pretty much, the one where when you have a sub come in, you just say, see this student, they'll know what to do. So this person has been kind of my go-to girl all year with anytime I need an errand, or I need to know where something is that I've left. She's found my phone, my glasses, my keys almost daily. And then she just says, Mrs. Jones, come on, obviously. But also an extremely hard worker, always on task, and the word for responsibility goes to Lillian. All right, next award. This person came in and told me on day 1, hey, by the way, I don't know how to read. I said, okay, that's all right, that's why we're here. And he's worked incredibly hard in every assignment, in everything that he does. He works hard, whether it be in sports or in friendships or in his relationship with the Lord. I'm just very proud of him. He took his final test, and that kid who couldn't read tested at almost 4th grade level. We are, as collectively, we're extremely proud of Ryder, and he gets the word for persistence. refer to him as my mini-me. He likes rules, he likes order, he likes everything to be in place, and structure is what he strives for the most. It's been a joy teaching him. I know that if I need anything, that I can put him in charge and he will tell me exactly what's going on. But also, again, I have an extremely hardworking class and he's one of them. And the award for obedience goes to Benaya. All right, next student. When I talked about loud and louder, this person might be in that louder category. This student keeps us laughing all the time. One thing I noticed about him very early on is that he cares for his friends with a passion that I've never seen before. And if there's anybody that he thinks outside of the classroom might be hurting a friend, he's the first one to stand up and defend them, and has even taken and arrested people for doing such things in the paper. So he has been a joy, and his excitement just fuels our class. And the award for loyalty goes to Easton. All right, my next student, we'll figure it out. This next student is extremely kind to everyone. They spend a lot of time working very diligently at their own work. And when they see somebody struggling, they always give a little word of encouragement to them. And they tell them, hey, you can do it. Or they might even say, I know it's hard, but I have to work really hard on that too. And it's always done quietly and discreetly. And I just have been very touched by her friendliness and encouragement this year. So when she's not pirouetting and doing the splits in my class, she is showing kindness. And the award for encouragement goes to Isabella. All right, my last student. He is my basketball buddy. Right? We have been swapping stories. I finally have somebody that knows way more stats than I do. And so he has forced me to watch a lot more basketball so I can keep up with him and know what he's talking about. But this person has absolutely only kind things to say about everyone, and he means it. And it's been such a joy to see the compassion that he has for others, and he's just always looking for something positive to say to somebody. If we do put-ups at the end of the day, and if somebody else can't do one, he'll say, can I do another one? And he'll say 2 things about somebody. He also told me that he thinks that I don't look a day over 30. So that sealed the deal for our friendship on day 1. The award for genuineness goes to Carter Boyce. All right, so Mrs. Havrilla, everybody wave to her. All right, this is your new 2nd grade class.
And we want to thank Mrs. Jones for all of her hard work. So the year before, we were blessed with 2 kindergarten classes. We added Miss Dudgeon and Miss Davis, and this year we added a 2nd 1st grade class. So it's super exciting with that growth. And so Miss Jones and Mrs. Finley have been working together. We have 2 1st grade classes. It's been amazing. So now Mrs. Finley, come on up.
Okay, you guys hear me? Okay. Okay.
Turn it down.
Hello, everyone. I am
grade, but Amy came to me like in March of last school year and said, I've got something really weird, but God literally woke me up in the middle of the night to tell me that you need to teach 1st grade. And I was like, first, are you sure? But really little. I don't know. I don't have kids. I have dogs, so I wasn't sure. And prayed about it and talked about it with Janelle, and I said, okay, let's try it. And it has been probably the best decision I've made. It is such a blessing. I have had so much fun with this group. They are very unique in their personalities, but they are one big family, and they love to hang out with each other all the time and just have fun. And it was so much fun the last couple days just talking about all the different play dates. Like, you're going to come over, right? And they've just really bonded this year, and they've all had their highs and lows, but they've all really worked hard to excel to be the unique, creative, wonderful people that they are, and they've all supported one another. Because they are all different, and we praise those differences, and we're just extremely grateful just to have them and to love them, and they have given me just the most joy. I have a really unique connection to Valley, where my husband went here with his siblings here, like in the early 90s, and I met Amy and Rory through just other circumstances, and she was just posting, hey, I need a 3rd grade teacher, and I was like, that would be super fun. I'm not certified yet. And she's like, I think we can make it work. And for the past 2 years, I've been working on my master's degree in education, and Janelle has been a wonderful mentor, as has Mrs. Hefferla, and my students, too, unknowingly, are part of my curriculum, and I write about them every week in papers and discussion boards, and just get to talk about how wonderful they are to the world. So now it's my turn to talk about how great they are to all of you. So my first person is, I call her my little mama. She is the first one to take care of absolutely everybody. For instance, I'll be like scrambling around looking for a pen, and she'll just come up and she'll just give me one. Or like, oh hey, I need a number line, and she'll be like, oh here you go, Mrs. Finley, you can have mine. And she works extremely hard, and she's incredibly diligent in everything that she does. She really takes her time. And I'm going to miss her dearly. It goes to Addie Arnett for responsibility. My next person is the first one to tell me, hey, Mrs. Finley, I just learned this really cool worship song. Can we play it later? And hey, I found this Bible verse. Can I tell it to you? And he's the ones who constantly be telling me what he's learning about at church every week. Or hey, can we look up this really cool song I just learned? And he was one of the ones that inspired me to add more music into my class. So if any of my parents learned the Planet song during our science fair, he's the reason why, because he was the first one to want to put it on every day, and we sang it constantly. So at the end of every day, we started putting on worship songs, and they got to dance and sing about Jesus. And so the award for faith goes to Victor. My next person is somebody who is quietly diligent about their work, but he's very dependable. I really appreciate that. I can just look back and I can pretty much see him on task, and the only thing he ever does when he's not on task is he's drawing, so he also has an artist award in there for me, or for him. But he's very dependable, he's very steady, and I appreciate that because he's not usually off task. He's like, I'm just going to try my best, and if I get stuck, we just have a chat and we work together to make sure he feels confident enough to do the amazing work he always turns in. That goes to Lewis Lamar. My next person is somebody who always has a smile on their face, comes in and tells me about what they did the night before. And they just have a quiet confidence that's hard to see. Even as an adult, I envy that. And they come in, and I'll give directions, and they'll be the first one to get started. They're like, Mrs. Finley, look what I did. And then we work together, and we make it even better. And it's just incredible, and I hope that they keep that for the rest of their lives. That goes to Adam. Okay, and this next person is somebody that is very special. They're all very special. but this is somebody I nicknamed in my sub-notes as my cruise director, because he is the first one to tell you, and to make the conversation, hey, Mrs. Finley, what did you do last night? What do you do when you go home? You know, because I think a lot of things, I live there, sometimes it feels like I do. And I tell them, oh, I go home, I play with my dogs, and I see my husband, and I do my homework. But he loves to start up a conversation with absolutely anybody, all the time, and he always has a big smile on his face, which is so sweet to see, and this award goes to Host Sway. This next award goes to somebody that came in and they had a really hard time learning how to read. They didn't know a whole lot, but now I'm looking and I just been seeing the growth all year, and it's amazing to me how hard it can be to learn to read, and we take it for granted as adults. So that's something fun I had to learn with 1st grade this year, is how do I break it down and make it work for them, right? And he always loves to tell me what he's learning in science and Bible and just in his life, and he's worked extremely hard all year, and this award goes to August for persistence. My next award goes to somebody who is very quiet and shy, and if I have to tell the class to stop talking, chances are she probably wasn't doing it anyway, but she's always ready to listen and go, okay, Mrs. Finley, what are we going to do? And she's the first one to smile when I talk about my dogs, because my dogs are my kids, and I love to bring them into the curriculum and show them pictures. And she has made such tremendous growth this year, because in the beginning she was so shy that she would just follow teachers around at recess duty, even though she has wonderful friends in class that love and support her, and we all just love her, and we say we want everyone else to see how wonderful you are too. So this award for courage goes to Gracie. My next award goes to somebody who came into our class a little late, but she came in swinging with a quiet confidence and a wonderful, unique personality that I just love dearly. And they always tell me that they're done with their tests by flipping them over and drawing me pictures. I usually have to come back to her because she's still drawing me pictures. And if she gets done ahead of time, she's one of the kids that will doodle on their tests. And I love to see just the creativity that they have. And this goes to Sophia, the creativity. And my next award goes to somebody who is the first one to help around the class, or help me out, or even just give me advice. If somebody knocks over their pencil cups, which happens all the time, he'll be the first to run over and pick those up and help them and just give them quiet advice, going, oh, hey, let me help you pick up that stuff. Or, oh, did you not pick up your toys at choice time? I can help you. Or you'll see him out there, he'll be sweeping, he'll be picking up trash, just for fun, not because he has to, because he wants to. He has got a wonderful, unique work ethic and creativity, and just the way he thinks about things, and I hope that he can constantly involve service with that. And that goes to Shepherd. He's the one for service.
And I'd like to thank Mrs. Finley for your love with your students and sharing for teaching. I really appreciate it. We have a visitor. If you look in the back there, we have a visitor this morning. Do you guys see first graders, this will be your teacher. All right, let's welcome.
Good morning. I am here on my 4th year, and I'm so excited for another one, hopefully coming up. We had fun this year. We got to go to Northwest Track, the Mass Center, and we walked all the way to the park and made it back. So, I'm going to go a little quicker on the students because we have the biggest class in the school, I think. And so, I first would like to talk about a student who has practiced and practiced and practiced. And so, for persistence, I award Avery Allen. That next student has so much enthusiasm. She's so great at sports, and she's always positive, even when it's more work. She loves it. She writes it on her papers and everything. Brooklyn Johnson. This next student is kind and kind and kind and friendly and nice to everybody. So for friendliness and kindness, Caleb Weinrich. When it comes to anything of God, this student is right there. Has great answers, a searching heart, and he is a devoted Christian. Chasten Alphonse. My next student to tell you about is loving, and she's kind, and she's so creative. I would like to give her an award for being loving to many friends, Sierra Vopel. Hey, you're teaching something, you know, and then there's always this hand up. And it's somebody who just thinks outside the box. This person has just a really good thought process. And it's things I never thought of. I'm just so excited for his ingenuity and where it's going to take him. That would be Gavin Williams. Very interesting approach to learning. This person loves social studies and especially history, so he gets the Enthusiasm History Award. Hudson Neeson. Maybe it should be for multitasking, but this person is always doing more than one thing. He's very creative, he's learning on his own a lot, so for independence and learning, Isaac Lewis. If you got to watch the talent show, you saw one of our students leading worship. He just has such a heart for worship, for God, for Scripture, Isaiah Pringle. studying, he's creative when he's writing stories or telling it. He's really good at storytelling. So creativity. Jacob. Next student. Loves serving others, checking what others are doing all the time. So for his serving heart, Jose Mendoza Antelmo. The next guy does really exceptional in math, but if you see him at recess or PE, you will notice that he also has great physical ingenuity. So for excellent in all physical activities, Caden Aaron. Getting an award, but now it's for her reliability and precision. She's always doing what she should be doing. She's always great at answering. She's great at reading on her own. For her reliability and precision, Lachlan Freusland. Nice to hear you guys cheer for each other. Here is one that's going to match the one you had. Animals, insects, people. Milana Serenova, tender-hearted. The next student is always on time, usually first in line. And he is prompt for everything. So for promptness, Nicholas Allen. This next student is excellent in spelling. He must really work hard on it at home. He's also very good at handwriting, leading the class. So for his precision, I'd like to award Vincent Cove. And last, for all her wonderful creativity, especially in writing and telling stories, Wiley Foster, creativity. And you hold up the number 3 for 3rd grade, here I come.
Right, we have one more class. 3rd grade, are you ready? You ready? All right, well, Mr. Goodman is coming up. So we added Mr. Goodman this year for our 3rd grade. Oh, can you hear me, 2nd grade? So we've been blessed by Mr. Goodman this year. He's not staying with us this next year. He's going to go on to another school, so we wish him well. If you see him, tell him thank you for all that he's done. He's done amazing with our 3rd graders.
Alrighty, hello everybody. We had a little fun today in 3rd grade. Got a little rambunctious. A little people were pouting today, but we're not going to let that stop our last day celebration. Right, 3rd grade? Yeah! arguably have the loudest class in the school. All right, calm down, guys. It's been a great journey. We started off on the year just trying to get everyone together. We have a bond, kind of like sea otters, but we still fight like cats and dogs. And we're only a small group of 10 students, but it's really a great environment and family connection that I've been able to experience and participate and cultivate in as well for our students, where they really learn the boundary of what's appropriate, what the timing is, and how to express themselves within that confine of what's appropriate, what's safe and acceptable at school. So I'm going to get going on my students, and since I only have 10 and not 30 like Mrs. Havrilla, I can take all day, baby. The first one I'm going to call up, and I hope that person's paying attention. This person got the award for honesty, the Principal's Award. I've got to see this character really grow and change and shift from being more on the rambunctious and disruptive side to using our classroom signs, like we hold this one up. This is a 0 volume sign, and it's a reminder to all students just to focus in, hold your comments and save it maybe to appropriate time. And this person has been using those. This person's also a great artist and great in athletics and sports and other things like that. And it's been great to kind of go alongside him and see how he's come along so far this year. This award, biblical award, is for contentment, and that is for New Era. This student has a very unique way of perceiving the world. I like how he'll give comments. They're usually very direct. How he feels about something if he's willing to share it. And we've had some great conversations in 3rd grade about biblical worldview, and we talked about some different cartoons and different things like that. And so we just had some opportunities just to kind of see what the Bible says on certain topics and things like that. And I always appreciate this individual, the perspective that he will bring into the conversation. This individual also asks very great questions in a way to try to extract the understanding, not just throwing out silly random things, but very strategically how he would ask it in a certain way so he can make it understand to himself. This individual I selected for genuineness in his character, and an award also I'm giving him is for biblical application. Please come forward, Bradley. All right, my next one is a wizard in science and math. This individual is very friendly. He's outgoing. He always has something that he wants to share. We have designated times where we will share things, and it'll be like during snack time. He'll come to the front. He'll want to like write down riddles or puzzles or different things on the board, and just different equations he's constructed out of his own brain and want to share it and different things like that. He's also working on a coding game and just a lot of different things that he has going. And it's been great having him in class. I have given him an award for creativity for math, and also during worship when we come in here on chapels on Wednesdays to sing. Very outspoken with singing and worshiping, and that's something very beautiful that I've been able to witness. Please Please come forward, Jack. All right, my next person. I have 7 boys in my class, so we'll get to our ladies coming up really quick. This person, I've given an award for persistence. This person is also the only one in my class to get perfect attendance this year. And he is very creative with his writing. He has his own set of journals. He's writing different books and characters. He's got one book he's working on that has like 5 chapters in it already. So he'll flip through it. He'll show me like, hey, come look at this. Come look at this. He's very friendly and working on also being able to speak what he feels and what's on his mind. Very strong character and a leader, and it's been great to have this individual in class. Please come up, Dominic. All right, this individual is newer to us at Valley Christian. This person transferred over within the last, I want to say, 2 months. So like right at the end, in the end of 3rd quarter, right in 4th quarter. Very smiley personality, has been able to fit and gel really well with this group. And always has something positive to say, I would say. And even now I can see a big smile on his face. Ashley, please come on up. All right, my first lady, come into the stand. All right, my first lady that I would like to introduce. This person has really grown since the start of the year and become a leader of our classroom. This person is one of our self-regulators. Jack is one of our self-regulators as well, and that's a person that I deem that's responsible enough to get water when they would like to get water, to sharpen their pencil, to go to the bathroom, and I won't have to worry about getting a call that someone's off campus or someone's in someone else's room or on the playground or something. I'm like, oh, okay, so you won't be going to the bathroom anymore. This person also has very excellent penmanship. I've been given an award to this person for their penmanship and just the attentiveness to detail and different things, the cleanliness of the writing, and just overall becoming a mentor and a model to the other students of appropriate classroom behavior, especially in transition. Please come forward, Summer. All right, next student. This student has a few different aliases. One of them might be an axolotl. One of them might be a pineapple. He is known for his outgoing personality, his big smile that lights up the room whenever we've done presentations, like for our science or our social studies. He'll come up, and the way that he engages the room, his personality really just shows through. And he enjoys that communication, that social piece. He connects with all the students in our class and pretty much can make friends with anyone. And I've been able to see how he's just been able to step into that character and do what he does this year. I've given him an award for fairness. Also, when he's out on the playground and different things, disagreements, whatever the case, He takes a balanced approach. He doesn't jump on this friend's side or that friend's side. He does a good job when he's wrong as well of admitting and just trying to bring the solution. Please come forward, Michael. All right, my next student, she has come to us also. She's come to us also a little later in the year, and we've been able to enjoy her company. She also came in and fit right with this group. I've given her an award for tenderheartedness and for helpfulness. Super attentive, even when Mr. Goodwin's not asking for help. She'll be around and lurking, trying to see what she could do, picking things up off the ground, noticing other things that need to be done across the room, and I'm thankful for that. Please come forward, Joy. And then there were two. All right, my next person is known for their enthusiasm. They're known for being outgoing, very social. This person also has a lot of great comments and feedback that they can provide to the lesson. Even some comments and feedback that have nothing to do with what we're learning. But they are there and they are present. This person is also a science buff. Just the other day he was telling me about a prehistoric snake that was the largest in the world, the Titanoboa. And he likes to watch different documentaries.
I know that thing, that's huge.
And he loves learning about different things and facts and information. We've had conversations about evolution and creationism and just kind of how those fit from a biblical worldview, looking at the information, millions of years and different things like that. He's also given me some songs that he would like for me to play. We kind of sat down and looked at those lyrics to kind of see, is this material that glorifies God? Is this something that can honor Jesus and different things like that? Otherwise, that's like some songs we wouldn't play here in class. So, this person I have given an award for enthusiasm and for science. Please come forward, Amy. All right, and last but certainly not least, this person I have given an award for their spelling, their reading, their Bible character trait is forgiveness. This individual is known as the mom of the class. Literally, the other kids call her mommy. And mommy says, if you guys don't be quiet, what's going to happen? You're grounded. This person is very tender-hearted. She has a great understanding, a character of leadership as well, as you can see. This person has worked tremendously hard as well in her spelling. I've seen the growth and the progress from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. She's almost acing every spelling test. Just her character and personality and her being in class has been very helpful and a pivotal point for other students as well. Annalise, please come forward.
graders. Thank you. And they're amazing. So I just want to thank you so much, Valley Christian families, parents, friends, for all that you've done this year, for your students and for their teachers. We'll see you next year.